Hey everybody, welcome to our team call today. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about how to run a successful coaching sneak peek. So I'll run over kind of some of the ins and outs of that, why you would want to do it, and just give you a few tips on how to run a successful sneak peek. So pull up my slides here. Okay. So let's talk a little bit why you would want to hold a sneak peek. Maybe you were introduced to coaching by a sneak peek. Maybe you participated in one, have shadowed me on one of mine, or maybe you've never seen one at all. So coaching sneak peek is a pretty common practice. I think a lot of coaches do them. There are a few different formats, a few different ways to do it, but you do kind of what you're comfortable with. But why would you hold one? What's the point of it? The main reason would be to give interested people more information about the business. So we try to post on our social media pages about coaching. We try to, kind of reveal what that's like. Throughout the day, you post little blurbs like, "Oh, I was able to take my son to karate practice or whatever. I'm so glad I'm not stuck to a 9 to 5." Little pieces like that. What a sneak peek does is it kind of gets more specific, and it really focuses on people who are like, okay, I've seen what you're posting. I actually do have some questions about it. I want to learn a little bit more about it. And what I like about it is it makes inviting for me a lot easier when I'm, messaging somebody, "Hey girl, have you ever thought about coaching?" They're like, "Oh, not really," or "Yeah, but I don't know if I could do X, Y, Z. I don't know if I'd be any good at it." It gives me kind of a place to go. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like I understand, having questions about it or not being sure about it. Why don't you come check out this, sneak peek I'm having next week? It's free, no strings attached. You just come check it out. You observe if you want, be a fly on the wall, and just kind of listen. And maybe you'll get some of your questions answered. It's a little bit easier to make that jump rather than just, "Hey, have you ever thought about being a coach? Okay, would you like to be a coach? Would you like to start right now?" You know what I mean? So it helps kind of bridge that gap. So they're already interested in the business. Or maybe they're just kind of interested in like, what does this girl do? I see her post all the time. What exactly are you doing? It just kind of lets people in kind of behind the scenes in some information you might not want to share to everybody. I wouldn't put out like our compensation information and stuff like that to like the entire world. You know how it is. People will kind of shred things that they don't understand. So, just like we keep our links, we kind of hold on to our links, to buy a challenge pack or whatever until people are really, really ready. I don't just post it like on my page because people, until they understand things, they won't see the value. So anyway, this is just giving those interested people more information. In your sneak peek, you want to answer questions. That's the biggest reason you're doing this. Everybody has questions, and I honestly, I get really worried if somebody says yes without asking any questions. I'm like, okay, I don't think you understand what I'm asking here. It's kind of a serious commitment. So any questions that people have, you want to make sure that you answer all of them in a sneak peek. You also want to put their fears to rest. It's very natural to have fears before undertaking something like this. It's a change, it's different. People kind of fear change. And you want to put all those fears to rest. So you know what the most common ones are. You know which ones you had when you started. That's what you want to do in this sneak peek. And the last thing is you want to help people get to know you. In this group, they're going to be a little bit more private. They're going to see your posts. You control how much, exposure they get to you. You can post in there 3 times a day or whatever. All that is exposure, and these people are getting to know you, know your voice, know your personality a little bit better. And that can help people feel more comfortable about signing up to do something like this, which on the surface seems a little crazy. So let's talk about formats. Which one is best? And that is really up to you, what your skills are, what you're most comfortable with. I think the most common is to do a private Facebook group, or I have a Google Plus community. Sometimes I do them over there. Some people have done them through like group text. I don't find that that's as successful because people are not as committed. People want to just strictly observe. They are not trying to commit to anything just by doing this group. So I try to really meet them where they are and not be invasive, not make them give me their cell phone number to add them to GroupMe or whatever. Just, hey, it's just a private Facebook group. Please, just keep your notifications on. You'll see a few posts from me a day. I'm not going to blast them with a ton of posts all day long. I'll usually tell them, like, you can expect a post from me in the morning and a post in the evening. I'm not trying to take over your whole life, just sharing a few things with you. You can share a Facebook group invite if you want. Send it to all your friends and family, everybody on your friends list, whatever. They can RSVP to attend the group or not. Totally up to them. Or you can just make like a public invite on your page. You can also do a Zoom call like this. So put, schedule one ahead of time and tell people, I'm going to hold this Zoom call on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Anybody who's interested, here's the number. Hop on and check out this Zoom call, and then you could record it like I'm doing, share it on your YouTube page. You could do the new Facebook Live. That's kind of a new technology people are excited about, Periscope, or even Hangouts on Air on Google. So that, and like, I haven't done one, but I think that's a really cool idea because seeing your face really makes a big difference. Will make a big impact on people, and they can hear your voice and they know that you're a real person, because it's scary to do business strictly over the internet with a stranger, somebody you just don't know. So another thing you can do is just strictly post a YouTube video. So maybe you're not really talking to anybody, but you can go through all of these questions that people have, fears you can put to rest, and you can have that and just have it on your public YouTube page. People, if they search Beachbody, they might stumble upon you. You can share it through your blog, share it on your social media and stuff. So that's another way to do it. Just tell people, like, hey, if you've been wondering what this girl is up to, let me tell you a little bit more about what I do. If you're interested, send me a message, whatever. And then the last thing you can do is don't forget about the power of just talking to people. So meeting up live. I've read about some top coaches who, when they first got started, I think maybe it was Bonnie Engel, said she was just so excited about this business. She got like all of her friends together and they met up for drinks or coffee or dinner or something. And she told everybody about coaching and how excited she was. And she was able to sign a lot of those people that night. So just invite your friends out to dinner or whatever. You hang out with them, just bring up what you're doing and invite them. That just goes with regular old inviting, but don't forget about that. Your whole life is kind of a sneak peek into what we really do. So let's talk about what info you should cover in your sneak peek. Of course, you want to answer the most common questions. First, what do coaches do? Most people don't have a clue what we're doing. They know we take a lot of selfies. They know we post on Facebook all day. They know we work out. They know we drink a shake. What are you guys doing all day long? And probably tied right behind that is, how do you make money? How are you making money by posting on Facebook? How do you make money by working out? Because we share that nutshell of it, but we don't share the main, the big pieces of information. So in the sneak peek, I do break that down pretty clearly. I talk about our commission structure, that we suggest programs for people. We coach them for free, but we do make a commission off the programs that people purchase, because they got to provide their own program. So I'm pretty clear about that. I don't go into like team bonus cycles and all that stuff, fast start bonus and all that. You also want to talk about how to find people. Who are you selling to? Do you only sell to people you know? I don't know that many people. So talk just a little bit about that, about how you use social media to help your business. People probably want to know how much it costs. There are some online marketing businesses that require you to purchase a bunch of information and to that cause you to purchase a bunch of inventory up front and sell it on the back end. But let them know that this isn't one that does that. Of course, our mandatory business fee, that $15.95 a month, explain a little bit about what that does, that it covers all of our shipping, it covers all of our customer service, it gives us a website, and that's really not that much to run your own business. Bring up Shakeology. Explain that Shakeology is not mandatory, you don't have to be on it, but you're going to be more successful as a coach if you're drinking your Shakeology regularly. And it's a very good product. It's very good for you. You'll be healthier. You'll reach your goals faster if you drink it. So let them know that, there is an investment, and the more you are willing to invest in yourself, it's going to reflect in your business. And then some people are just worried that this is some kind of scam. that, you know, Beachbody just steals their identity or something, or that it's just some pyramid scheme, and it's really not. So just answer those kind of questions. And then very closely related to those, people are going to have objections, and you want to nip those in the bud before they even get a chance to say them out loud. So a huge one, people, oh my gosh, I hear this all the time. I won't have enough time. I don't have enough time. So you want to lay out for them a little bit of like exactly how much time this takes. How much time a day do you spend working on your business? There are some people, yeah, who work on their business 9, 10 hours a day, and they're doing awesome. Then there are people like, you know, you and I, who also have day jobs, who also have families, who have other things where if we can put in like 2 hours a day on our business, that is really saying something, and we're doing awesome. So just let them know, like, and I think it's hard for people to lose this concept of like, whoa, I'm not your boss. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. If you're comfortable with your business growing at the speed of working on it 30 minutes a day, that's all you have to do. You work on this at your speed, and let people know that. Try to get this like boss concept out of their minds. Like if you can find 30 minutes, if you can find an hour in your day, you can do this business, no problem. I'm not a salesperson. Oh man, that was my objection. That's what I initially told my coach. I can't sell anything. I'm so quiet and weird, and I just can't do it. And then you know, we've shared a few documents in this group on how to overcome that objection. Let them know, like, oh, good, like salespeople are kind of gross and icky, and I would not want one on my team. You know, I hope that when I approached you, I didn't seem salesy. That's the same approach we use with anybody we're working with. Next, I don't know anybody. Cool, I didn't either. You know, when I started my business, I had like 50 Facebook friends, and I didn't have any other social media platforms. And I've grown mine to like thousands of followers. You just grow it little by little, like the rest of us. You work adding a few new people every single day, getting new eyes on your stuff every single day. And it can be done. All of us have done it. You can do it too. I'm too shy. That's why I'm in this business, because I get to talk to people from behind the computer, from behind my phone, because I am so shy, and like being out in the public really makes me nervous. And I know that my success in other jobs has not been that great because of that reason. Like my being so shy and introverted has really held me back at other jobs. But in this, like, I feel really safe because, you know, I can communicate with people kind of on my terms from safely behind my computer. So this is actually a perfect business for a shy person. Finally, I'm not at my goal weight. Cool, me either. You know, and ask them, like, you know, to look at a few pictures on Instagram. You see those pictures of like these totally ripped fitness models, like, okay, that's cool. I give you props on that. But like, think of those transformation pictures of these women who've gone from like 400 pounds to down to like 160. Like, that is awesome, and that's so inspiring to people. So like, just share with them, like, okay, I'm not at my goal weight either, but people tell me all the time how inspired they are by seeing my progress. They see that I'm trying, they see that I'm consistent, and they see themselves in me. They know that I'm not perfect, but they're not either. Like, we can relate to each other. If I was some perfect, you know, 6% body fat model, I think I would be really hard for most women to relate to. So that's great. Like, I think you'll fit right in on my team. So know how to overcome these objections and do it ahead of time before they have time to come to you and say that. Okay, so when you're running your groups, let's talk a little bit how to reach people. I recommend using a variety of formats. So in your group, maybe make sure you have like a worded out post every day that people can read. Have a few pictures, maybe like to kind of explain what you do. Okay, here's a picture of me doing my workout. Here's a picture of me drinking my shake. You know, here's an example of one of the posts that I use to, you know, to find new customers or whatever. Just share a few pictures. But I think that videos are the ones that make the biggest impact, because people can see your face, they can hear your voice, and they feel like they're just having a conversation with you. So, you know, some people say just do all videos. I know that, like, when you're working, it can be really hard to stop and watch videos. It's much easier to sneak, like, on your phone quietly and read a quick post. So sometimes I'll do like a video version, and then I'll have a post like kind of accompanying it, saying pretty much like the stuff that I said in the video, just letting people know, like, hey, if you weren't able to watch the video, here's a little recap. But definitely videos. I know it can be really hard if you're camera shy and you haven't done a lot of videos. It gets easier. I used to be really, really scared, and now I make them all the time. But they make a huge, huge impact. So I definitely recommend making videos. Okay, so let me show you this. I'm going to put this link up in our coaching page. This is from an old Girl Boss Dynasty page that is no longer, and I can't add you guys to it anymore. They won't let you add new people to it because it's closed. But there's so many awesome files and documents in there. I wish they would move them over. So I'm going to share this link. But these are some templates on how to run a coaching sneak peek. And this is how I started making mine. Okay, so these are only templates just meant to inspire you. So I looked at Lindsay Matway's, her 5-day coaching sneak peek. And I was like, man, who's better than Lindsay Matway? She's a beast of a recruiter. She's an amazing coach. And she just always makes everything look really, really nice. So I found, I looked through these and I found that I really liked Lindsay. So, none of these are links. I can't click on them. These are just pictures of it. But look at these videos they have included. I don't have a transformation. I don't look like a Beachbody coach. Basically, I'm not a goalie. These are all objections. I'm not a salesperson. I don't have time. Who would ever buy from me? This pyramid scheme. I'm shy. All this stuff. What if I fail? But I already have a full-time job. So all these objections people have. So these are videos that Lindsay made to address these. What I did for my group is I watched and watched and rewatched every one of these videos until like I kind of memorized it. Then I made that video. Originally, when I started doing these groups, I just shared Lindsay's videos, and like I was like, man, she was just so pretty, and her videos look so professional, and I should share these, and people would be really impressed. But I wasn't having much success, so I started making them with my face and my voice, and people responded so much better to them. I noticed like I wasn't getting any comments or likes. I don't even think people were watching them before, but the response was much better when it was my face. So if you don't know what to say, I recommend going through, watching these videos. I mean, you don't have to say it word for word, but just get kind of the meat of these videos, and then you make these videos. Keep them up on your YouTube page. Let them be public. Let people see them, and then share them in your coaching sneak peek. Maybe 1 or 2 a day, and just put people at ease. Put their fears to rest. They're going to be really worried about this stuff. This is your chance to help them through that. Let's see. So Lindsay has this video here, her top 5 tips on kind of recruiting and running these sneak peeks. This is all just like top 5 tips on just being a good coach. I really agree with finding your niche. I made a post a while ago about, who is your ideal coach? That's who you want to be talking to. That's who you want to be inviting to your sneak peek. So I've heard from a few top coaches, and you're going to have to play around with this. You'll experiment and find your own voice, find your own style of doing this. Some of them have said that they don't even allow, like say you put a post up, hey, I'm having a coaching sneak peek, and 10 people like it. Some people just say, all right, I'm going to add all 10 people to that group. And some people, they don't add them unless they've been talking to them about coaching. Because, yeah, it's kind of that thing I talked about, like keeping our stuff kind of, I don't want to say secret or sacred or anything, but you keep it kind of under wraps until people will like appreciate or understand it. Because, people kind of mock or tear down stuff that they don't know or don't understand. So that's up to you. I have been adding lots of people, unless I have looked at their page and they're just like a real weirdo, or I can just tell like you're not serious, or maybe they're not from this country, maybe they're under 18, and I know they couldn't coach anyway, I won't add them. But I try to give everybody a chance. And then when you finish your group, you want to make sure, let me get off this slide, done with the slide. When you finish your group, you want to make sure you send out a nice little message to everybody, send them a thank you message for participating in your group, and then just ask them like, hey, did you have any other questions I didn't answer? I just wanted to follow up. Could you, tell me, was there anything I could have done better, anything I could have elaborated on more? You just get like some feedback from it, and then finally ask them like, okay, so you've seen everything, you've learned a little bit more. And if I've answered all your questions based on what you saw, do you think you'd be interested in becoming a coach? There's your invite. So I think, like I said, it's much easier to do that invite through the intermediate step of having this sneak peek. Just going cold turkey of, hi, nice to meet you, would you like to be a coach, can be really hard and really scary, and this just bridges the gap really well, I think. So that's pretty much what I have about running these sneak peeks. I'm offering a little challenge to you guys. I want to encourage you within the next month to try to run one on your own. And like I said, you've got a few different formats. Maybe try to hold a Zoom call. Holding a Facebook group, I think, is the easiest, and you'll get the best response. So, you know, you could do a 3-day group, you could do a 5-day group, full 7 days. I don't know if people would hang on that long. But I really want to encourage you to try it. You know, you've got some tools here. I'm going to post that template in our group. Go through, start watching those videos, and try to hold one on your own. You know, making commissions from selling challenge packs is nice. Getting success up points is nice. The way to build this business is by recruiting, by adding people, adding coaches. So I challenge you to try to run a coaching sneak peek if you have not run one yet. And then once you get comfortable with it, start to hold them like every month or so. You know, maybe alternate, you know, a clean eating group with a coaching sneak peek, or if you get really good at them, you do 2 every month. But just start to get that exposure out there. So your success rate with it, I can't make any promises. You know, sometimes I run them and nobody's interested at all. Everyone ignores me, nobody posts, whatever. And then, you know, sometimes I get a few people who are interested. They don't always sign up. Sometimes, you know, I get a lot of, oh, maybe later after my kids are out of school and I start working, whatever. But you really never know unless you try. So I really encourage you to give this a shot. And of course, message me if you have any questions or any problems doing this. I'm here to help you and support you. I know it can be scary when you first start, but I'm here for you and I will walk you through it. I'll even join your group if you want and kind of shadow you and give you some pointers and, you know, just cheer for you in there and build your confidence and try to engage other people. So anything you guys want, I would be so happy to help you out. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.